Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I want to be talking about the Black Templars and the Imperial Fist Codex Supplement, because there is no Black Templar stuff inside the Fist Supplement. So let's jump in and let's find out what the hell is going on with the Crusading Sons of Dawn. So this week we saw a lot of leaks, not only for the Salamanders, but of course for the Imperial Fists as well. Now, one of the big leaks was of course Tor Garadon and his whole Primaris Ascension, his new rules and everything like that. But there is kind of a bigger picture to all of this, and that is there was also another leak which linked all the characters, all the unit characters that are going to be coming with the Imperial Fist Supplement Codex. And those are Captain Lysander, who we all know, one of the most well-known Imperial Fists. We have Pedro Canto, who is the chapter master of the Crimson Fist, and of course Tor Garadon, who is the newly reformed Primaris Marine, which we've all seen now and a lot of people have memed. The memes have been brilliant, I have to give people that. But the main thing that people pointed out through all of this is that where the hell are the Black Templar characters? The Black Templars are a massive part of the Sons of Dawn. I could argue, and I probably most people would agree on this, is that the Black Templars are more popular than the Imperial Fist. I have no problem admitting that as a huge Imperial Fist fanboy. As I stated in the past, their lore, their characters, their whole look, their whole style of fighting is a lot more popular and a lot more cooler when it comes to purging the enemies of mankind. So the characters that we know that are part of the Black Templars at this moment in time that have rules, and of course Helbrecht, who is the High Marshal, which is basically the chapter master of the Black Templars for those of you who are not up to date with your Black Templar lore, and Chaplain Grimaldus, well, should I say High Reclusiarch Grimaldus, because again he is the leader of the chaplains when it comes to the Black Templars. Both massive characters, so much lore about them. Aaron Dembski-Bowden wrote a book called Hell's Reach, which basically featured the Chaplain Grimaldus and his squad fighting against the Orcs. It's an incredible book. There's even an animation series made by a chap called Richard Bolan, which uses the audio version of that book and puts it into animation, which again has been amazing. And through that, he actually earned himself a job with GW, bringing out a new Blood Angel production, which hopefully we should be getting some more information on very soon. So the main question coming from all the Black Templar fans, and really me as an Imperial Fist myself, is what is actually happening with the Black Templars? Where is their rules? Where is their love? I know for a fact, like in Vigilus, they got some awesome bit of detachments and stuff like that. They did get a bit of love in there, but of course that was just like the tip of the iceberg. I thought after Vigilus, since they started to show them some type of love, that they would start moving forward. And once they announced these supplements with like the Ultramarines, the White Scars, and of course the Imperial Fist, I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is where the Templars are going to actually get their love. Hopefully we'll see stuff like Sword Brethren Primaris, all like different tactics you can do, and maybe integrating the Primaris and using them as Templars, and maybe even a cool Primaris Chaplain Grimaldus model, maybe a cool Primaris Helbrecht model. I know a lot of people are talking about that, or not even that, like an Emperor's Champion Primaris model, or just something Primaris Black Templars, maybe like upgrade kits, shoulder badges, cloths, loincloths, some candles to put on their bloody shoulders, swords, chains. This is what people wanted, but all the leaks have come out now, and it's pointing towards that no. In the Imperial Fist Supplement, these guys are getting absolutely no love at all. Now, before we bury our heads in the sand and give up, I do think that this could be a really good thing for the Black Templars. Now, I think that since these guys did not get a mention in the Imperial Fist Supplement, which we all believe that would be happening, I personally think that they're going to get a big volume dedicated to them in some kind of book format. Now, me personally, I would love it to be a Black Templar supplement book. I think they definitely deserve it. They've got the rules, they've got the units, they've got the characters, they've got everything around them to have their own supplement. But the way that GW has been going forward these days, and the way that they've been putting out products, rules and stuff like that. I personally think it's going to be a part of this whole Psychic Awakening. That is where they're going to be getting new rules, hopefully new characters. It's kind of ironic, really, that the Black Templars are going to be getting new stuff in a Psychic Awakening type of event when they hate Psychers. Well, is it really ironic? Because maybe because there is a lot of Psychers, they just throw themselves into it and just want to chop everyone apart. Now, the reason I think that Black Templars will be getting a book during the Psychic Awakening is more or less down to what GW have already confirmed. This past week saw GW mistakenly tweeting out a piece of art which featured Zanjar, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right, and Drazor, which are two main characters of the Eldar race, well, Dark Eldar and Eldar. Since then, GW have come out with an article, since they know they made the mistake, and they put on their Instagram with the full HD version of this art, may I add, is that check out the impressive cover art for the first book in the Psychic Awakening series, Phoenix Rising. Read more about what lies ahead for the Eldari by following the link in our bio. And if you follow that link, it goes to a little article which basically states, you know, these characters are coming out. The first one is going to be previewed on Monday. I think it's going to be Janzar. I think a lot of people think it's going to be Janzar, since we got a bit of a little rumor image about it. But apart from that, and apart from them confirming, you know, Phoenix Rising is the first book, this means that there is going to be more books. And this is where I'm coming into it. I really do think the Black Templars will be getting their rules during this whole Psychic Awakening. Now, I know that is kind of sucky because it's not really a codex supplement. We don't really know what's going to be in these Psychic Awakening books. And what I mean, we don't know what's going to be. We don't know the format. Is it going to be like a supplement where it has like relics and you know, traits and all that kind of stuff, what you expect inside a codex, or is it just going to be more or less like Vigilus, where you have a lot of lore in there with some like detachments and, you know, to improve your armies and stuff? Nobody knows, but I do personally think this is where the Templars will be receiving their love. And adding more to that, I know this is basically clutching at straws at the moment, but in the trailer, which is running in the background, well, which has been running through this full video, there is Templar ships floating off in the background. A lot of people have mentioned that there's some Dark Angel ships in there as well. I myself can't really see it, but maybe the way they're doing things is that they're doing books dedicated to certain factions. So, for example, this first book is called Phoenix Rising. This is all about the Eldari and, you know, the situation which is going on with, you know, that faction. It looks like, of course, the dueling on the front, so it looks like it's going to be a lot of interwars with that race, and maybe they'll come out like holding hands. Nobody bloody knows at this moment, but maybe the next book will be Imperium based, where it will be like Black Templars and another chapter, maybe Black Templars and the Inquisition, maybe Black Templars and the Imperial Guard. Really hoping they stick with that kind of format, so it's filled with information, rules, lore, dedicated to a certain faction for a certain book. Because the last thing I really want to be doing is buying a book which has a lot of races in there where I only play more or less one Imperium. I know that's kind of selfish of me to say that, but I prefer it if they stuck to a format where each Phoenix Rising, each Psychic Awakening book, not Phoenix Rising, that is the name of the first book, each Psychic Awakening book featured one army. So number 1 would be Eldar, maybe number 2 Imperium, maybe number 3 Orcs, maybe number 4 Necrons, number 5 Tyranids. You know, that's the way I would like it. So I don't have to go out and buy 4, 7, and 8 because it, you know, there's certain units spread out through those books. Hopefully that is the way that GW is planning to do it. And since the first book, which has given us all the Eldari stuff, and it's given us new models, you know, Incubi, Banshees, you know, you got Janzar, Drazar and stuff like that. Since those are the models that have been coming with this book, and hopefully the Eldar get even more with this book as well. You know, they get other, you know, models and aspects, you know, given to them, because the Eldar do need a range refresh. I'm hoping that when it does come to the Imperium book, I'm doing air quotes as the Imperium book, hopefully the Black Templar faction will get that same type of love. Like for me, I would love Sword Brethren to be Primaris size. I know there's probably going to be a lot of rules changes because balance and stuff, 2 wounds for Primaris and stuff. I would absolutely love to see a Primaris Emperor's Champion. I would love one of the big characters to get Primaris 5, Chaplain Grimaldus or Helbrecht. A lot of people have actually argued saying, would Chaplain Grimaldus or Helbrecht absolutely accept the Primaris treatment? I think they would. I really do think they would. A lot of these characters that have been accepting it are doing it because, you know, it's making them a better soldier. It's making them a better warrior. And at the end of the day, that's what they're here to do. They're here to make war on the enemies of mankind. And if they can be better at that, then, you know, they've got to take it and they've got to upgrade themselves and, you know, become a Primaris Marine. So hopefully, yes, those characters will accept it. I personally don't think any of them will turn it down. I think they would grasp at the chance to make themselves better at fighting the enemies of mankind. Hopefully soon we'll get some more information about this. I know the information that we've already uncovered from the actual GW Psychic Awakening website, shown us the Eldar symbols, but also a lot of people are forgetting that it also shown the Sisters of Battle as a symbol as well. And since their launch is coming in November, and they are, you know, more or less like a, well, it's a massive full range refresh for them, so they're going to be getting everything. I'm sure that the next stage of this event will be featuring them and getting them involved, because it would make sense from a business standpoint. A brand new range refresh, let's integrate them into the story. That way we can show off the new models, the new, you know, artwork, the new lore, you know, characters, all that kind of stuff that goes along, you know, with new releases. It would work perfect for them to integrate this into the Psychic Awakening. Hopefully what that does mean is that the Psychic Awakening is very, very close to being launched, because at this moment in time I'm really confused. Is it going to be coming this year? Have they still got time to launch the Psychic Awakening this year without it getting in the way of other things? When I say other things, I know there's like that AOS army, which is basically like Samurai Necrons, I think they're called. I don't know the name. And of course the Sisters. But then again, we haven't seen the first part of it, which is of course the Phoenix Rising, which is the Eldari stuff and all the models for the Eldar stuff. So it's kind of like, are GW going to do this now, or are they just going to tease us, and wait to next year to start showing off some stuff? There is an open day in November, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is it on November or October? But I do think that GW are going to be showing off some big stuff there. I have no idea what it could be. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed, it is Templars, since we already know what's really coming for the Sisters. I know that they are going to have new stuff, but we more or less know, like, you know, every unit in that range has got to get a new look and stuff like that. So hopefully they do announce, you know, the Templars launching themselves into it and launching like a huge crusade, and, you know, all the awesome stuff that you'll expect coming from that. Alright brothers, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts and feedback on this. Do you think Templars will be getting stuff during this whole Psychic Awakening? Do you think they'll be getting a book just like the Eldar I've got called Phoenix Rising? Maybe our one can be called, I don't know, Templar Rising, or Purge the Enemy, or Burn the Witch. I don't know, something awesome. Name something awesome in the comment section what the book could be bloody called to dedicate it to Templars. Right, that is me done. I'm going to stop waffling on now. Of course, let me know your thoughts, feedback on this. Who here is a Black Templar fan? Come on now. Show your zeal and fury in chat. We have to purge the alien, the mutant, and the heretic. Right, have a good one. See you in a bit. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and bye-bye.